Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. It seems that saying goodbye to boxing, which has always been a problem for so many of the male fighters, it seems that's spilling over into the women's game as well. Because about a week ago, I think it was last weekend, the former WBA super-welterweight champion Hannah Rankin had only her second fight in what is called bare-knuckle fighting club. So it's the clues in the title, bare knuckles. Like I say, this was only her second fight. She won her first. And she fought someone called Jessica Borga, who's a mixed martial artist. And of course, these are bare hands, by the way. As you know, bare knuckle. So it does some damage, a lot of damage. If you ever see post-fight interviews with some of the fighters who've won fights, never mind lost them, their faces are just a mask of blood. When Paulie Malignaggi had his one fight in bare knuckle, I think he broke one or both of his hands. But he always had brittle hands anyway. But I mean, the point is, this is savage stuff, brutal stuff, very, very brutal. And unfortunately for Hannah, who previously was saying she wants to be a world champ in two different codes, if you like. This was, weirdly enough, this was the featherweight division. I don't know whether BKFC have different weights, because Hannah was a super welter as a boxer. But anyway, the point is that Jessica Borga, the MMA artist, or whatever she is, mixed martial artist, she flattened her. She flattened Hannah in one round. And I don't mean she knocked her down and there was a 10 count. I mean she knocked her clean out. Hannah, they were moving forward. Neither girl was difficult to find. They were both trying to land their punches, neither backing off. They exchanged, and Miss Borga landed, I think it was a double right hook maybe. And the second one landed bang on Hannah's jaw and knocked her. She just went limp, fell to the floor, rolled onto her back. She was out cold. And this is sad stuff, obviously, because you're talking about a former title holder in the boxing game, a girl who'd previously only been stopped once. That was by Savannah Marshall. When she went up to middleweight and fought Savannah stopped her. I think it was 7 rounds. Hannah's also been the distance with Clarissa Shields in a title challenge when Clarissa held some belts at, I want to say it was 154 super welter. But Hannah, she's 34 years old now. Come on, Hannah, it's time to say goodbye. And weirdly enough, Hannah, what was her name? The Classical Warrior, I think, was her name. And that nickname stems from the fact that she is a classically trained bassoonist and has been in orchestras and stuff like that. A very, very good musician. She's a Scottish girl. When you see her interviewed, she's very articulate. She's done a bit of punditry. I think she did some punditry for Fight Zone, maybe a couple of other organisations. She's very good. She's comes across as being a nice enough lady. But if you carry on like this, you're going to get hurt badly. Bare-knuckle fighting club clearly does not take prisoners. And it's different. Obviously, if you've ever had any kind of fight, you'll know that you can hurt your hands hitting anyone if you haven't got gloves on. I mean, if it took Savannah Marshall, whatever it was, 7 rounds to get rid of Hannah with gloves on, it's this Jessica Borga with bare fists, yeah. If you land clean with a bare fist, it's hard to recover, hard to take a shot. And it's a shame because not so long ago, Hannah actually signed with Queensbury a few years ago. And they got her a title shot against Emma Cozy. I think there was for 2 titles and they were vacant belts. And Hannah lost a split decision. And that would have, if she'd won that would have put her very much in the shop window for serious women's fights. But she didn't. She lost, and then she had a comeback fight, a small hall comeback fight, which she was expected to win, and I think she lost either a split or a majority decision there against an unheralded girl. And I guess Queensbury said, well, we've given you 2 fights, you've lost them both, we can't go on any further, which I suppose is understandable. But yeah, and so she looked for other opportunities, and she looked at bare-knuckle as a way to get back in the get back on the horse, so to speak. And nah, no. I mean, this is CTE waiting to happen, isn't it? This is punch drunkardness in the shadows. I think it's time for Hannah to quit. Weirdly enough, I think this took place the same evening that Joe Joyce fought Filip Hrgovic. And of course, people were saying, "Oh, Joe Joyce needs to retire now." Blah, blah, blah. Joyce said, "No, I'm all right. I'm fine. I'm getting paid. I feel fine. Yeah, I'm all right. I've had my tests." I wonder if Hannah's going to say the same thing. Well, she got lucky. It was a lucky punch. Yeah, I got knocked spark out, and I was entirely concussed, and I could have been killed. But no, it's all right. It's just a bad day at the office. I don't know. I mean, boxers are a different breed, which is why we admire them. It's certainly why I admire them. But there comes a time when you think, is your confidence, stroke swagger, stretching over into being completely delusional? I don't know. I hope not in the case of Hannah Rankin, because she's surely got other means of earning a living than ending up walking on her heels. But anyway, yeah, just thought I'd share that with you. It seems that boxing is, regardless of your gender, boxing is a very addictive sport, a very addictive habit to give up. But anyway, if you got any comments, did you see this fight? I saw a minute of it, maybe. I think it only lasted about a minute, to be honest, but it was on YouTube. But let me know what you think. If you've got any opinions, leave them below. And of course, thank you for your time. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the like button. I would appreciate that greatly. You're helping the channel out. Takes a second, costs you nothing. So nice one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Bye for now.